Hi, and welcome to this video aimed at sharing information and advocacy ideas to the parents of the gifted. Today in Gifted 101, we're going to be talking about social emotional well-being and existential concerns. With our gifted population, it is very common that these great thinkers have a greater capacity to engage in thoughts about existence in general. With these existential concerns, oftentimes we see kids really getting into concerns about current events, ethical questions that are happening in events around the world, and ethical events with animals also. Right now, in this very interesting and unprecedented time in our society right now with COVID-19, I thought it would be a good idea to just touch on some of these ideas that our kids might be concerned with. So, with this idea of existential thinking, that just means ideas concerned with existence, especially human existence. And in one study back in 1980, there were four issues that were described relating to existential thoughts. And these four are death, freedom, isolation, and meaninglessness. We could go into great depth in each one of these, but for the purposes today, I just wanted to give a quick look at the idea of isolation. With all our social distancing that we've been asked to do, this idea of isolation comes to mind. However, a little bit of a difference in the existential way of thinking, isolation really recognizes it's not just about not being around other people or not getting to see our friends, have play dates, but it really recognizes that no matter how close we become to another person, there's always a gap between us and them. So we are always alone. So it's kind of a different twist on that idea of isolation, but it might be something that our gifted kiddos are thinking about. Now, with all these questions, existential types of questions, these deep questions about existence that our kids ask, and in our gifted population, we see this, you might have a 6-year-old that is asking these super deep questions that maybe some adults don't even think of, right? So how can we help our brightest kiddos deal with these types of things? First and foremost, we want to make sure they don't feel alone in this thinking. We want to make sure that we're giving them a chance to be heard. Maybe they want to write about it, maybe they want to journal about it, maybe they just want to sit and discuss some of these ideas over ice cream or sitting at our kitchen table. And it's not something that we're going to be able to solve, right? It's not like them asking us a question and we as parents having answers, but it's just a matter of letting them know that they have a safe place to share those ideas. Because oftentimes in our society, if a kiddo shares these types of thinking or ideas with their peers have no idea what they're talking about or no idea how to respond. So us just listening is a great gift for them. Another thing that we can do to help curb this idea of isolation is physical touch. Physical touch is so important, and giving a hug can be just such an easy and quick thing that we can do that is really meaningful. Sometimes our kiddos, especially as they get to teenagers, right? They may not want a hug, but we can always say, "You may not want a hug, but I need a hug," and just go up and give them a hug or give them a pat on the back or a high five. Something like that that we can do these days within our family, within our homes, can make a big difference. So, just keeping these ideas in mind, let's just remember to listen to our kids in a kind and accepting way and just be there for them. The greatest gift that we can do, and we've been given this extra gift of time with them. So, let's try to find at least one moment every single day so that we can take advantage of that. I'll look forward to seeing you next month. If you have any ideas, questions, concerns, feel free to shoot them my way. Thank you for your support of gifted children.